Hey folks, and welcome to another video from aplaintruth.info. All the hype about the solar eclipse coming up is so nonsensical, just like the sunrise. We call it a sunrise because the sun is actually rising, and a sunset because the sun is actually setting. And just like the eclipse, it's supposed to be three objects in a row, but clearly we do not have three objects in a row if we're standing down here and the moon and sun are up there. This is called syzygy. We do not have syzygy with the three balls in alignment. So let's get into it and what the ancients knew about eclipses first. So this is from a nasa.gov website. Did the ancient peoples really predict solar eclipses? And as we can see, way back to 2300 BC, the Chinese had sophisticated observatory buildings, and they were writing about astronomy. Observing total solar eclipses was a major element of forecasting the future health and success of the empire. In Babylon clay, they have survived since this civilization in Mesopotamia. They recorded the first total solar eclipses seen by observers on May 3rd, 1375 BC. Babylonian astrologers kept careful records about celestial goings-on, including the motions of Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and the Moon. By the way, they were all flat earthers. All of them. All flat earthers. By 700 BC, the Greek civilization was in ascendancy. The historian Herodotus, 600 BC, mentions that Thales was able to predict the year when a total solar eclipse would occur. Arabic astronomy during the 9th and 10th centuries, while the Dark Ages engulfed much of the rest of the world, following a steady series of advances in trigonometry, observations by Ibn Junus of lunar and solar eclipses were recorded in Cairo in 1000 AD, as Tart regarded as one of the great Muslim astronomers of his time. It goes on and on. After the Mayas and the Incas and the Aztecs all predicted solar eclipses as well, all flat earthers. Investigations into flat earth theory versus globalist theory. One finds that the globalists over the years have used the word apparent a lot to tell you that what you're seeing is not what is really occurring in the cosmos. Since this is a 500-year-old story, many of the explanations by the astronomers and scientists as to distance, motion, size, and makeup of the cosmos flies directly in our faces as to the common sense and what we observe for ourselves here on Earth with our own eyes. Such as the moon and the sun being apparently the same size in the sky using our own observations, yet science tells us this is not really what is the relationship in size and distance to each other. They tell us that the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon. The Earth rotates 400 times faster than the moon. The Earth is nearly 4 times bigger than the moon, an incredible synchronicity to create perfect lunar eclipses. Yet through basic observation, we see the sun and the moon are basically the same size in the sky, which makes an eclipse possible. Interestingly, the ancients believed the lunar eclipse to be a representation of our eye, or window to the soul. The moon representing the principle and quality of consciousness of the soul and the subconscious mind. They believed contained within the soul and the subconscious mind is the storehouse of our memories, not just of this lifetime, but of all our past lives. Aristotle's second observation was the curving shape of the Earth's shadow on the moon during an eclipse. An eclipse is when the Earth moves in line with the moon and the sun. All three must align to create the eclipse. Yet looking at photos of the eclipses from the perspective of the observer, we see both the sun and the moon above at the same time. Like billiard balls, the sun and the moon and the Earth would have to be in alignment according to globalists. It is still a mystery of the flat earth theory as to what causes eclipses to occur. Thirdly, Aristotle was unable to rectify the changing aspect of the heavens in different latitudes. Some stars